Start with Why by Simon Sinek. The only summary you'll ever need to change your life and business forever. क्या powerful insights Simon Sinek share करने वाले हैं हमारे साथ में. Understand this. Listening to this and watching this particular video of the book summary, उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप किताब नहीं पढ़ेंगे. In fact, ये reason होना चाहिए कि आप ये किताब पढ़ें. And at the end, I'm going to share with you कि आप आपके why को कैसे discover करेंगे. I discovered my why and that changed everything in my life. So let's begin. इस वीडियो में आप ये समझेंगे कि what is this law of diffusion of innovation और what is this golden circle which can completely change your life. सारी चीजें मैं डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, not just focusing on your why, because ये अगर सारे आपने कॉन्सेप्ट्स नहीं समझे तो perhaps वो why शायद से maybe is not the right why for you. So let's understand this in detail. शांति से आराम से maybe you can take notes so you can really start to understand the wisdom of Simon Sinek in his classic Start with Why. Have you ever wondered why some leaders inspire while others struggle to get some basic attention also? Why do people stand in line for 6 hours to buy an iPhone but completely ignore a superior product from a competitor? Why is that? And why did Martin Luther King Jr. lead a revolution without social media, without Twitter handles, without funding, and even without having a website? And why do some entrepreneurs build movements while others just build some products or services? The answer lies in one simple yet profound truth. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. I repeat this sentence, get this processed in your conscious subconscious mind. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Today, we are diving deep into Simon Sinek's breakthrough concept, Start with Why. This is perhaps a complete, most practical, mind-shifting science of influence and inspiration. This video might just rewire the way you think, sell, lead, and live. So let's begin. Stay till the end. I'll share how to apply this to your career, your business, and your personal brand. Part 1, the golden circle. What makes great leaders different? You see, most people operate like this. What do I do? How do I do it? And then maybe why do I do it? But the most inspiring leaders flip this completely opposite. They start with why, what's your purpose, belief, or cause. Then they focus on the how, what makes you unique or different. And then finally the what product or services do you offer? Simple example से समझते हैं. Apple as a company just doesn't sell some gadgets or computers or phones. They challenge the status quo. They disrupt the industry. They believe in thinking differently, and that belief shows up in their products, clean design, simplicity, and excellence. This little shift starting with why is the difference between inspiration and indifference. So really start to focus on how can you communicate your why to your target audience, to your prospective clients, to your existing clients, to your team members, and that's going to make the big difference. See, most of the time people are talking about the how and the what, that's important, but only when the why is communicated. And most people and most companies are not able to discover their why part. And that's where the missing link is there. They are just ordinary individuals or ordinary companies or businesses. So if you look at the golden circle, at the core is the why, then we have got the how, and at the final outer periphery, we have got the what. Now, this is actually based not on psychology, but actually it's based on neuroscience of biology of how a human being takes decisions. This is where Simon Sinek takes it to the next level. So understand this, stay with me over here, and you'll really understand the power of the golden circle, which helps us to take decisions in our life. You see, your brain, if you look at from a microscopic angle, it has got these 3 layers. And the outer layer, which is called as the neocortex, it handles your logic. It is your left brain, your sequential thinking, your data, your language. This is the what part. And you generally take decisions by looking at thinking that, okay, I've taken all the costing and all the expenses involved, the benefits involved, and then you say, I've used my logic. Well, let me ask you, sometimes you think that maybe everything is right, the budget is also right, but I don't just feel like taking that particular decision. Why is that happening? Because you think that you are taking decisions through your outer layer of your neocortex, but that's not the fact of life. In fact, the core of your brain, which is your limbic brain, controls your emotions, your behavior, and most importantly, your decisions. And that aligns with your why. Your why is your belief system, your emotional connection. So you decide through your limbic brain and then you justify through your neocortex. You decide through your emotions and then you justify with your logic. Haven't you taken decisions like this? For example, maybe getting married to your, selecting the right partner, maybe selecting something on online or offline. Why is that happening? Because you actually only take decisions through your limbic brain, and that's the real reason your why has to be triggered to act upon and get the decisions right. That's the power of the golden circle, understanding the human psyche. Biology pe jate hain, and that's where the golden circle is such a powerful concept of making humans influence and taking decisions. So logic makes us think, but emotions makes us act. That's why people say it just doesn't feel right, because maybe the emotional trigger is not there, the why is not triggered, and that's why they don't act upon it. On the other hand, you say, oh, I followed my heart. My gut feeling told me, I just felt like doing so. And that's where you took the right decisions, because your feelings drive your behavior. I'll give you a classic example of mine. At the age of 40, I was flat broke, didn't have any money, my father was in coma, and all my logic said I just can't go to the US and get the license of Think and Grow Rich in India. But I took that decision when I trusted my inner core, my inner voice, maybe that telegraphic message, that intuition, that sixth sense, which was actually the why of my life, and that's where everything changed in my life. I'm here speaking with you as the sole representative of Think and Grow Rich in India because I started with why, and that's why I've got mentees across India. I'm really blessed and honored to coach and help them to achieve the success using the power of Think and Grow Rich. Your feelings drive your behavior, and those feelings are triggered by why, not by features, not by data, or not even price tags. Now let's understand why most marketing fails and what you can learn from it. Let's compare two approaches. See, most companies say, oh, we make the best product, we have the best services, it has got 16 megapixels, 4K display and AI features, for example, buy now. That's like a normal motivational kind of a manipulation thing. You're just selling features. But the inspired companies, they say like this: everything we do is about empowering human creativity. Our product is just a tool for that mission. Difference hai na? See, people don't care about what you do until they resonate with your why, and that's where your why has to be crystal clear, delivered and communicated to your target audience. Let me share a true story of purpose. The Wright Brothers versus Samuel Langley. You see, Orville and Wilbur Wright had no funding. They had no college degrees, no media attention. They had nothing as per the logic to become world-class leaders and inventing the airplane. But just a deep belief that this flight will change the world, and that was their why. On the other hand, Samuel Pierpont Langley, funded by the War Department, worked at Harvard and Smithsonian University, had all the resources, but he wanted fame and fortune. Nothing wrong or bad, but that was not a strong why. And the result was the Wright brothers made history. Langley quit the day they succeeded. The why was not there. What's the lesson over here? The lesson is, when you are driven by why, you build history. When you're driven by money, you quit when the result doesn't show up fast. Powerful, isn't it? Now let's understand a very powerful concept of Start With Why, which is the law of diffusion of innovation, the tipping point of influence. Very powerful concept which can really skyrocket your market share in your industry. Now here's what the real shift happens. The law of diffusion of innovation says that society is divided into 4 segments. First is the innovators, about 2.5% of the entire market size, which are the risk takers, the visionaries. These people will stand in the queue maybe for a day to buy the new iPhone launched. The second phase is about the early adopters. So about 13.5% of the entire market segment is over here. These are members who are really belief driven, who are gut-based buyers. And this is where the tipping point happens, around 15 to 18% of your entire market segment. Then we have the early majority, about 34% of the entire market size. These members are practical, they wait for proof people, and then they take the decision to buy your products and services. And finally, we have got the late majority, about 34%, which are highly skeptical followers. And the last segment, which is least important, is the laggards. About 16% of the entire population is over here, and they only change when they are forced. You see, Simon Sinek says that these people are using the smartphones because they no longer have rotary phones to use, and that's why they're using push button phones. It is as simple as that कि कोई option बचा ही नहीं है, इसलिए वो use कर रहे हैं. If you want mass adoption of your products and services, then you focus on the believers first. I'll give you some real world examples over here. iPhone buyers who stood in line for 6 hours, they didn't want a product. They wanted what it represented them. One more latest example, Tesla. Tesla early adopters are not just car lovers, but belief-driven climate enthusiasts. If your brand doesn't start with why, you can't cross that chasm to the majority. And this applies to your business, to your services. You got to create a movement. You got to build a personal brand. You got to do this in such a way that your why is seamlessly communicated to your target audience, and only then you can use and apply this law of diffusion of innovation, which is so beautifully explained by Simon Sinek. See, the goal is not to do business with people who need what you have, but the goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe. And that's where Martin Luther King's example is such a powerful example at this particular moment, where how his belief became a real movement, completely transformed the way our world looks like at the racism over here. See, Martin Luther King didn't say, I have a plan, I have a plan. That speech which is mentioned, he didn't start, I have a plan. No, he said, oh, I have a dream, I have a dream. And that got connected to this 2.5 lakh members who were waiting for his speech to be there at a particular moment. Remember, it was not just the blacks. About 25% people who showed up that hot sunny day were actually whites. But something got connected with them, and that's what, and by the way, there was no Twitter at that particular time. There was no social media, and it just went viral without any social media influence. That was the power of Martin Luther King. Really, what's that particular the speech, which was an immemorable speech, which is there forever, the best speeches ever done by Martin Luther King, because it had a why so strongly communicated. So if you want to become a leader, this is the lesson. You see, people don't follow leaders. They follow beliefs that leaders give voice to. So you start to have the belief system which you want to have in your team members, and that's where you'll become a great leader in life. So let's conclude. You might say this is done for Apple, Sidharth, you got your why discovered. Martin Luther King had his why clear, but what about me? I'm just in my business, or I'm just working in a job. How will I discover my why? So let's start this step-by-step process. As I promised you that this video is going to give you some actionable pointers to get your why. Step number 1, to clarify your why, ask this question. What belief drives me? What future do I want to create? Really ask yourself that kind of a deep introspecting question. Step number 2, you communicate from the inside out. Don't sell features, speak the vision which you're working for. And step number 3, you attract those who believe. Build your tribe, one person at a time, inspire loyalty, create impact. That's how you'll start to discover your why. I discovered mine, and it's a beautiful journey. You'll got to start somewhere. You'll discover your why for sure. If your intention is clear, your why is so easy to find. It's a very simple process to do. But maybe people are so confused with the what and the how, they never focus on the why. Drop your why in the comments. Are you in the journey to discover your why? Share this video with one leader or entrepreneur or a professional who is ready to build a movement. Remember, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Why do I have so many mentees in Think and Grow Rich? I mean, I'm not the only person who can coach you on these principles of success. Anybody can read the book, anybody can go on YouTube and get all the summary of Think and Grow Rich. But they come to me, they are there with me in my mastermind because they are connected with the why. I didn't have anything, but I got these principles of success, so fortunate, and that completely changed my life. It can change yours also. If you want to get connected to our mastermind, just drop in your email. My team will contact you over here and really start to see how you can get the results. And perhaps if you want to have a PDF version of this particular book, then you can write an email. The Google form is there over here to fill in, and we'll definitely send you a PDF file of Start With Why, the classic bestseller by Simon Sinek. Again, I repeat, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And when you start with why, you don't chase the success, you attract it. Stop chasing, start attracting in your life. I'm Sidharth Shah. Tell me in the comment box which other book summaries you would like to be having in our channel, and I'll be definitely providing those book summaries for you because I read all your comments and I'm here to help you and serve you. Keep on learning, keep on reading, keep on watching the videos. Please subscribe to this particular channel, like this particular video, share it with someone whom you care. Let's get ready to think and grow rich. Thank you so much.